Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to bind a 60-degree corner all by machine. First off, you want to piece your binding, and I had to use 2 strips, so I have 1 seam in here. And I always double check when I'm starting my binding to make sure that that seam does not land on a corner. It's even more important with a 60-degree corner because it's such a sharp corner. So here's my seam, so I'll be good to start here. So then we're going to stitch this on to the back side of the quilt, and I just put a little clip here where I'm going to start and go all the way around. I'm going to show you how to fold the corners to miter the corners, and then I'm going to go all the way around, and then we're going to join the binding just like I do with regular binding. You can see more instructions on that in the regular binding video. So when I start sewing, I actually do a little bit of back stitch here in the beginning. And then we're just going to keep sewing down. You'll find this corner right here, and you want to stop a little bit over 1/4 inch from that corner. It's better to stop further away. Here I want to back stitch, and we're going to fold this corner just like we are with a regular 45-degree corner. I'm just going to clip the threads. Normally I would not clip the threads. When I'm doing a binding, I would just pull it out and then fold. But what we want to do is we just sewed this way. Next side is going to be sewing this side. So what we want to do is take our binding and fold it away to create that mitered corner. So we fold it away. Normally we would be doing a 90-degree corner, but this is a sharper corner. So we fold it. So you will see that that fold will be coming here kind of centered between the 2 edges. But the best way to know if you have the right angle on the fold is looking at this raw edge side of your binding. It should be even with the side that you're going to be stitching down. So once you see that this is even, you can create that little fold here. I just do that by finger pressing, and then I pull my strip back down and to the corner here, and now it's going to be aligned with that side that you're going to be stitching next. So you will notice that this fold just looks kind of odd sticking out like this, but that's exactly how it's supposed to be. So you want to put this under your needle and start stitching right from the edge. And since I clipped my threads, I'm actually going to do a little bit of back stitch. So I stopped to leave a gap here so I can join my binding strip. So if you want more information on that, check out my other binding video by machine. But I'm going to go ahead and do that and then show you how to finish it on the front. Now I have sewn my binding all the way around to the back side of my topper. So now we want to flip it to the front. So take your iron and push the seams out on the back side first. Actually good to have a little bit of steam with this. I like steam, so it really lays nice and flat. Makes it easy to fold over. When we get to the corners, all we're going to do is just flip them over this way. And actually, I like to give my sides a little press so they lay flat so it's easier to fold over. Before we create the corners, we want to clip a little bit away to release some of that bulk. So what I do, I fold this back, and so where the seam goes all the way, that side, you want to go take your scissors and just trim about half of the seam allowance at an angle down about no more than 1/2 inch, 1/4 to 1/2 inch, just to remove a little bit of that sliver of that thickness here, because we're going to have to put a little bit of an extra fold in there. So now when we start folding the binding over, I like to press it all the way down before I take it to my sewing machine. So I'm going to pull this over. This is why I have my finger protectors, because I like to use steam with this, and then the steam will not burn my fingers. So I'm going to press it all the way through the corner on this side where I've trimmed. And now to create this perfect miter here, a 60-degree miter, normally we would just fold this right over and get a 45-degree, but look, that will go all the way to the edge. So we're going to have to put a little bit of an extra fold in there, and I like to make sure that this is straight with the pin. And I press this fold down like this, because we're going to have to roll it once over and then again over the corner to create that miter. So that miter will go straight from this fold here and out. And once you have it rolled in, then take your iron on top, and you can either pin it or use clips to hold it like this. I like to pin it because then I can leave that in as I'm stitching all the way up to it. So I just do small silk pins, and I like to pin that miter fold in place like this to hold it for when I do my machine. So you want to go all the way around and do all 3 corners like this, clip and trim. And then when it's time to stitch down, what you want to do is match your top thread with your fabric here, with your binding. And then you can have either your bottom thread match your backing or just be the same color, so you don't have any chance of the thread color slipping through. And then you just top stitch. I like to just use a straight stitch and top stitch all the way around the edge, catching, of course, the corners. I put a few extra stitches in the corners, and then we just stitch all the way around, and we got your perfectly 60-degree mitered corners all done by machine.